Last week on Flat Earth Friday, we looked at Level Earth Observer and his video on the final experiment. Now, he had a few things to say and then proceeded to talk about what he calls vapegate. Don't worry, everything is fine, but surprise, surprise, he's got more to say. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Now yes, last week Level Earth Observer was trying to convince us that Austin Whitsitt was vaping whilst on camera in Antarctica. And that means that the air that we see Whitsitt breathing out on camera is a vape cloud. Now I'm assuming he's got an issue with this because they're obviously in Antarctica. Before they couldn't see his breath, then they could, and it's supposed to be very cold, etc, etc. Of course, we addressed all the issues that he had and decided that indeed, if it was a vape cloud, then that didn't mean that the trip was fake. And Dave McKeegan himself, who was actually there in Antarctica, has responded as well and made it all perfectly clear for us. Level Earth Observer, though, wants to have a look at Dave's explanation. Let's take a look.
So new vapegate footage has just been released, and it's pretty much a done deal. So, before we look at the footage, do you think he faked his breath?
As I said last week, he may have, but it means nothing.
Well, let's have a look. Okay, so the clip in question's on Dave McKeegan's channel, and it's come via Will Duffy. I'm going to entertain a short segment here of Dave's video as he does his own breakdown of vapegate, and then I'm going to come back.
This was an excellent video, by the way, and Dave came to roughly the same conclusion as me regarding the low humidity and dry air, but also added that the light there in Antarctica played a part as well as why you can't always see someone's breath.
Once Will's 360 video was rendered, I went and looked at that, and what I'm seeing from that is thick foggy breath being exhaled as he exits the hut, then clearly holding what appears to be a vape pen to his mouth for quite a while as he's walking back, then putting something in his pocket and then blowing thick fog from his mouth before getting back to the computer, which to me personally seems to fit the argument of him vaping. However, before certain people start rejoicing and trying to argue that this now proves the whole trip is a fraud.
Indeed, Dave, it doesn't really mean anything, does it?
No, it's not just that, Dave. It's not just vapegate. There's other issues with the footage and stuff that's been highlighted.
All of which is nonsense, of course, and has been debunked separately, but go on.
That we can get to at a later date. Let's just deal with vapegate now, okay? Thank you for your breakdown, and thank you for sharing the footage. We appreciate it, and it would seem like we've now got closure on vapegate. Just going to turn this volume down. Just going to come back to the footage, and let's just watch. In fact, let's slow it down as well. Then we can watch it in all its glory here. It's pretty disappointing stuff, to be fair, isn't it?
Not really, no. It's a man vaping. You can't really say much more on that. It is what it is.
The powerful thing to have done would have been to have put your hand up and to have owned it. Not to go into Walter Mitty mode. That just made it worse. Has this thing been faked? Like I said just now, only time will tell when we cross-reference it. I'm almost tempted to go and have a look for myself, but on my own, not under the banner of this false dichotomy.
Ah, so you can say that you went and looked at all the footage on your own and then came to the conclusion that it's fake without having to supply any evidence. That would be very convenient, wouldn't it?
How I would do that, I don't know.
Of course you don't, Elio. Why would you?
But this footage is very, very disappointing. I took a lot of flack for highlighting this. But I don't just make silly claims willy-nilly, people. Remember, I don't ask for money, I don't push maps and concepts, I offer up a simplistic template that everyone can entertain and incorporate and highlight to whoever's in their lives how silly and foolish the globe earth theory is. That's it.
But Whitsitt vaping does not highlight that. It highlights him vaping. You are literally saying that because a man vaped, the globe theory is foolish. Listen to yourself.
And I share my own flavour, take on this. But before I go, here's the question for you. Can someone who lies be a representative of the truth? Have a good one, everyone.
Probably not, but Jeren didn't lie about anything, and he is now no longer a flat earther. Why aren't you going after him? Anyway, Level Earth Observer went on to make another video, and he titled it, "I'm officially rejecting the final experiment." Well, I officially reject your rejection, Level Earth Observer. Let's hear his reasoning behind it, shall we?
I'm officially rejecting the final experiment. There's just been too many problems to take it seriously. Hasn't been done in a scientific manner. We didn't get the live 24-hour feed like promised. And then we've had essentially problem after problem. Vapegate, footprint gate, mountain shadow gate, same sun and flares 24 hours later gate, the ghost camp. And now we've got rat gate.
Look, Level Earth Observer, every single one of the issues you've said there have been explained and debunked already. Honestly, this is desperately grabbing at straws. Actually, I've not heard of the rat one yet.
You're probably thinking, Ratgate? Yeah, Ratgate. Ratgate's a strange one, where essentially I was made aware of a propaganda video that was made about me by a flat earther. Where I was in an FE donkey video where essentially the person in question, Brian Leakey, tried to do a video defending Vapegate, but his whole video was based on a lie. I, thankfully, Taboo Conspiracy had corrected the lie in the comments section.
Interesting. The video that Level Earth Observer is referring to here was from a man called Brian who was trying to dispute that it was not a vaping device. I still think there's way too much weight being placed into this vaping thing. Was a vape, wasn't a vape, who cares, they still went.
Before I even had a chance to watch it. I couldn't watch it anyway, donkey noises and obviously blatant lies that Taboo had pointed out. But what made it quite disappointing was seeing David Weiss in the comments section encouraging Brian Leakey to make this video, patting him on the back, even though the video was based on a lie.
And this right here is what I think we should take away from all this. The final experiment has caused a rift in the flat earth community unlike one I have ever seen before. They are cracking from the inside out.
Remember, David Weiss has been doing damage control for this final experiment. He called Will Duffy a demon, yet he's backed this final experiment project 100% all the way, despite all the issues that have been highlighted by the community that he would usually thank for pointing out these problems. He's actually gone against.
David then can obviously tell that the trip was authentic. Trying to claim that it wasn't amidst all the evidence is, in my opinion, foolish.
He's since taken down every one of his propaganda videos where he attempted to defend the final experiment. I think he realised how much damage he'd done to his reputation by actually taking that stance. Some people are still going to have a knee-jerk reaction to what I'm saying here about this final experiment, or possibly with what David's done, or possibly because I've highlighted it. Sorry. If someone, a so-called truther, flat earth celebrity, is encouraging naive flat earthers to make content about me based on lies, defending sketchy situations like Vapegate, you're not making yourself look very credible.
I think this is going to have further ramifications going forward, this one. David Weiss is massive in the flat earth community and Level Earth Observer is well respected. An interesting one for sure.
Then when I asked you to account for your actions, and bearing in mind the content provider who did it, the naive, gullible Brian Leakey, apologised when Taboo had highlighted his error, shall we say. I asked you for an apology and you ran away. You've since been scurrying around in the background on damage control. You've now realised it's better to take your videos down because you've made yourself look rather bad to the whole community.
So what do we all get from that then? Well, Level Earth Observer is officially rejecting the final experiment, no surprise there. But what is surprising is the massive rift that this fallout is causing. And we'll continue to monitor that fallout in the coming weeks, do not worry. But that's it for another Flat Earth Friday. We're all done and dusted for another one. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen next in this whole saga. Thank you so much for watching, it truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up button too, that'd be very much appreciated. I've been Simon Dan, have yourselves a great few days and I'll see you on Tuesday for some more tinfoil fun. See you then.